Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that you decided to join the For One Girl podcast. I'm your host, Calan Hunter, and I'm here tonight looking like it's going to be a great show. We did a lot this week. We started testing a few things, and we're almost getting ready for a big launch. This is kind of a soft launch, so to speak. And I kind of had a production meeting today with some of the folks and some of the team I work with, and they were pretty happy with my first two podcasts. Don't speak, even though I did it themselves, and you can't believe how easy it is to spend literally 20 minutes, 30 minutes just talking. Before I knew it, I'm like, I'm at 35 minutes. That's outrageous. And did I actually say anything? But we were talking about relationships, but today I figured we need to have a little fun. And what do I mean by fun? As I said, we can't be serious all the time. And I'm not a very serious individual, so one of the things I had to learn is, look, I'm doing a podcast. Nobody wants to be serious all the time. You're just going to bore people to death. Okay, you want to talk about relationships. Great. You want to talk about blended families. Great. Great information for so many different people. But sometimes, what do you have for everybody? Well, for everybody, we have plenty of things. Why? Because we have a world gone mad. Mad, I tell you. You have the woke folks, the CRT folks, the anti-vaxxers, the vaxxers, so on and so forth. The world's going mad. And they say, when Trump was in office, the world's going mad. You've got a president right now that's sitting on top of the television on CNN, and Anderson Cooper's going to finish his answers or guide him in the right direction. Whether you're a woke or you're a conservative, that's going to concern you. Right? Listen, I help out protectourveterans.org. Again, protectourveterans.org. Don't be afraid to go donate. And you can check any of my pages, my Instagram, Author Calan, see all that good stuff. So you know how I feel about what happened in Afghanistan. That's not something that is going to change my mind. His generals were telling him what to do, and he just was looking for a photo op on September 11th. I'm the one who ended the Gulf War. I'm the one who ended the war in Afghanistan. How'd that work out, Joe? Not good. Well, I'm not ready to do politics tonight, so I'm just want to talk about some current events, and I want to talk about how the world's going mad. Mad, I tell you. COVID. Been there, done that. Not once, but twice. Okay? Here's my question that nobody seems to be able to answer. So maybe one of my listeners can answer, and then you could send me an email at calanhunter.com. That is CALAN at calanhunter.com. I have a question for you. It's a simple, easy question. Okay? If you get the virus, okay, when you're been vaccinated, and you can spread that virus after you've been vaccinated, why in God's name does anybody care if you're vaccinated or not? Can somebody just answer me that question? Let me repeat. It's a real short answer. Okay? You are vaccinated. You can give COVID to somebody if you're vaccinated. You can also get COVID if you're vaccinated. Correct. Nobody's disputed that to me, ever. So why does it matter if you are vaccinated or not? Could somebody please answer me that question? Please. For the love of God, could somebody answer me that question? Why would you want to get rid of a whole police force? Why do you want to get rid of firemen? Because they don't want to get vaccinated. Why would you get vaccinated if you've had COVID? That doesn't make any sense. I've had it twice. Not once, but twice. And I have immune deficiency disease. I'm still alive. I've never smoked. I'm not overweight. I'm not old. Just explain it to me. If somebody can explain that to me, then I'll be on the side of the vaxxers. And I'm not one to say that vaccinations are bad. It's vaccination. Go take it. It's like a flu shot. I know everybody's having all kinds of difficulties with it. Okay. But it's still a lot better to have it than not having it. That's what I've been told. Listen, the only person that should tell you whether you should take the vaccine is your doctor. If you trust your doctor, ask your doctor. Now, my kids aren't getting vaccinated. They've already had COVID. They're 12 and 11. So, the answer would be, why would I put that in their body? Right? They didn't even have a sniffle the first time they had it, so why would I give it to them again? Not even a sniffle. Well, I don't want this podcast to be about COVID, but please, if you can answer me that question, here's the question. Third time I ask this question. If you are vaccinated, you can still get COVID. You can still pass COVID to somebody else. So why are people so worried about people not getting vaccinated? Right? Because from what I understand, 60% of the country has been in contact with COVID or had COVID. So what's the difference? Get back to normal. Move around. Those masks don't work. It all goes in your eyes and your ears. Give up on the masks. Time to move on. Next. So that's all I want to say about the little, the COVID stuff. So one of the things I said that Mr. Producer, for me, I don't want to say Mr. Producer as great Mark Levin, the great one, says, but I'm going to say this. Okay? People say I need to let my regular personality come out. I said, what is my regular personality? They say you're charming, you're fun. You're the guy who sits in the room and is the center of attention. Okay, why do I want to do that? And my producer, again, not like Mr. Producer, my producer says, are you an idiot? I says, well, sometimes, but why am I being an idiot right now? You're doing a podcast. You're supposed to be interesting. Your personality is interesting. Let the light shine. Okay. I guess I got to let the light shine. So I was talking about current events. Anybody like gas prices right now? No? Anybody see those little stickers that they put on gas pumps? They got them from Joe Biden, I did this. They got it from Trump, I didn't do this. So on and so forth. I just heard that there was almost there's one California town that has $7 gas a gallon. Let me tell you a little something, folks. The reason why gas is $7 a gallon, because these woke folks want to shut American oil exploration down. Everybody wants to go to an electric car. It's the environment. The world is burning. The world's 1 billion years old. It's not burning. When I grew up, all I heard about was there was going to be this big ice age. Now all of a sudden the world's getting hot. What happened to the ice age? Because I don't remember ever going to school wrapped up in 16 blankets and there was a big sheet of ice. Right? No. Didn't happen. Hell no, it didn't happen. Let me tell you a story. We're going to go all woke. We're going to get the gas cars. Chinese aren't going to get it. They build a new coal plant every other day. You think Thailand's going to do it? Hell no. France is going to do it. Why? Because they don't have any factories left. Do you think that individual countries, the polluters, Vietnamese, you think they're going to go all clean energy on us? No. You think India's going to go clean energy? Let's try this one. Hell no. There is no way India, with over 1 billion people, is going to go clean energy. There's no way China, who's got over 1 billion people, is going to go clean energy. I'm sorry. Okay? That is quick calculation, 8 billion people in the world, 2.5 billion combined. Starting to hear what I'm saying? So 2.5 billion right there between two countries aren't going all climate change. So the world's going to end in 12 years, right? That's what AOC said. I don't think AOC can spell AOC, but I digress. I'm sure Boston University is really excited with her. Some of the things she says. Loopy. Anyway. How is that going to change? You think you're going to change China's mind in 10 years? Look at inflation. Steaks are up 22%. Let me tell you a little story. There's no way I'm eating a London broil. Not now, not ever. Okay? So if I can't order my steak, I'm going to just buy Steakums. You know, the Steakums, you put them on the grill, throw some cheese on them, put them in a bun. That's it. I'm going to just get that so it can feel like I'm eating steak. Because steak is going way out of the 22% more for a steak. Okay? But then again, we hear from our favorite individuals, the woke folk. That's what I call them, the woke folks. They're saying that cow farts. Let me get this straight. So cow farts, right now, are causing gas that is causing climate change. Okay. All right, say I buy that. I don't, but say I buy that. Anybody ever go walk in a museum, the Smithsonian, and you see a big T-Rex, and you look up? How big and how smelly a fart do you think that T-Rex is blowing out of his butthole? There was dinosaurs everywhere. Haven't you folks seen Jurassic Park? They're all running all over the place. What do you think? They don't eat and fart? Right? But now all of a sudden, cows are dangerous to the environment because they chew and fart. Please tell me where they're getting this stuff from. I don't know. You know? I'm just a guy with, psychology and theology. About to get my doctorate in one, about to get my doctorate in the other one. It's just common sense. What happened to common sense in this country? Okay. We had all the energy and oil we needed. And then on January 20th, a pipeline gets shut off. And now we don't have any oil. And now we're asking Russia for oil. Hello, McFly. We're asking Russia for oil? How possibly can we be asking Russia for oil? How are we asking any country, the Middle East? Didn't we just leave there? Do we want to go back? All these people we're talking about, we went to war for oil. All the woke folks, we went to war for oil. Okay, so the United States produces more oil than we know what to do with. And then they make us shut it off. Because we need clean energy. Right? Okay. But you got our all-timers president asking individuals in the Middle East and Russia to produce more oil. Because we don't have any. Am I just losing my mind? Okay? It's 10 months later. What the hell happened in 10 months? I don't know. I can't even say it. It's craziness. And then we also sit there and you wonder why the $7 gas. But when oil comes from outside of the country, what does it come in? Ships. I'm going to answer the question for you guys. Ships. When they come from a foreign land. Okay? So those ships, right? What about those ships? They have oil spills, right? And where's the spill go? In the ocean. I'm saying it real slow so some of these folks can understand this. So they go in the ocean. And what's in the ocean? Marine life. Okay, where's Greenpeace? They should have been all excited that oil's being produced in the United States. They don't care. Right? Save the whales, remember? Gone. It's just ridiculous. Do people think anymore? Do people sit down and have a conversation with themselves? Look in the mirror and say, self, explain this to me. Have a conversation. What happened to the news media? They can't tell the truth to save their lives. Left, right, sideways. You watch one show on one channel or one newscast and you're like, huh? Why did they cut out what that person said? Katie Couric, America's so-called sweetheart, quote unquote, wrote a book. She has torched every single person in that book. Why? Because she's Mr. Irrelevant now. She admits to interviewing Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg basically said it was un-American for people to be kneeling and running the national anthem. But Katie Couric didn't want anybody to hear that. Why? Because she wanted to preserve the liberal lioness Ruth Bader Ginsburg from saying something that might come back on her negatively. So she just cuts it out of the interview. So everybody's like, clapping for Kaepernick. Yay! Woo! Kneel, 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 kneel. And all the veterans who fought and battled for that flag, to hear that anthem before the start of a game, or hear the Pledge of Allegiance before the start of a meeting in the town or before school. You've got the woke folks saying it's no good. But RBG agreed with us. Did it ever get out? No. There is no way Katie Couric was going to allow that. Hell to the no, to the no. No way, Jose. She wasn't going to do it. Not going to do it. These people are covering. The media here is just as bad as it is in Russia. Don't get me started on Russiagate. We could spend 10 times over. Listen, there is no way. You don't have to be a whack job to just think. Stop listening to people and sit and think for a minute. I have arguments with people and you're like, oh my God, what the hell are you talking about? Like, there's no dinosaurs. There's no this. You talk about the dinosaurs and their flatulence. And they start, what? Dinosaurs? There's no dinosaurs. I'm like, oh my God. You read newspapers, every article is an editorial. What happened to just calling it like it is, straight down the middle? I can call it down the middle. Balls and strikes. Right? That's what an umpire does. In a baseball game, strike one, ball one, strike two, ball two, ball three, ball four, take your base. Balls and strikes. Name one balls and strikes newscaster there is right now. Can't find one. The closest one I see is Brett Baer. He's the closest one I see who calls balls and strikes. Besides him, no. Because everybody's got their own slant. This one did this one did that. It makes no sense. Right? How do I tell my children someday that cow flatulence almost brought this country to their knees? Has anyone ever tried one of those veggie burgers from Burger King? Listen, guys and girls, that tasted like dirty bowling shoes. And if somebody asked me what dirty bowling shoes taste like, the Burger King non-meat Whopper. Right? That's all I'm saying. That's all you can say. It's gross. It's absolutely gross. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. No way. I like meat. Gotta be honest. I like a steak. Baked potato. Cream cheese on the baked potato. Oh, you gotta use. Sour cream does not do a baked potato justice. Cream cheese, chive cream cheese, or garden vegetable cream cheese on a baked potato. You're all thinking, no way, that's not where it goes. Okay? Let me tell you a little story. That's how it goes. Cream cheese on a baked potato, you'll never, ever have sour cream again. So the sour cream gods might be coming down to me, banishing me to hell. But let me tell you a little story. Cream cheese on a baked potato. So you get a great steak, which is now 22% higher, don't forget. A baked potato, and a vegetable. I love corn on the cob. Not exactly the most nutritious thing in the world, because it's a filler, but I like corn on the cob. Do I like green leafy vegetables? I love a salad, but I like iceberg lettuce. I love any salad, I gotta be honest with you. Love a salad. Right? I'm happy as a clam. But now, PETA's also you can't eat animals. Okay. You can't eat fish. You can't eat shellfish. You can eat plants. What does the mama plant say to the father plant when baby plant gets picked and eaten? Probably the same thing that the mama cow and the papa cow say when the calf is taken for veal. Not a damn thing. We are high in the food chain. Why? Because that's what it is. Because we're created in God's image. Right? So we've covered some meals. So the woke folks, they don't like steak. Because the cow's flatulence. Pigs, flatulence, same thing. Right? You name it. Pigs, lamb, ostrich, you name it. They're all flatulence. Ruining the planet. So, can you imagine if they took French fries away? If they just said no French fries. These folks want us to take a pill to get our nutrition. Right? You ever seen that? I get one for you. Now that I was speaking nutrition. Think of this one for a second. And you folks let me know on this one too. Okay? You ever see the commercials for the vitamins that are either plant-based or vegetable-based? I mean plant-based or vegetable-based. Vegetable-based, either fruit and vegetables or plant-based pills. Right? You know what I'm talking about? So, supposedly, they suck the water out of all these vegetables or plants. And then they put it in this big vat. All right, say they got the vegetables. You got the vat going. All it is powder. And they put all this powder in a little pill. And they say that's all you need to eat all day. Does anybody buy that? Okay, because when I eat a big freaking tomato, right? And if I dry it out and I turn it into a powder, don't you think it fills one of those little, pills? So why am I supposed to buy that all your nutrition in a day of vitamins will end up in that little pill? And that all that powder that's getting mixed is the perfect amount for your little capsule. Does that make sense? I see that commercial all the time. I forget what the name of the product is, Nature something or other. I just don't buy it. And how do you know that you're getting the right vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D? How do you know? How do you know the Brussels sprouts ended up in the pill? And the onions didn't. That powder must be mixed better than any powder ever in history. Nature's Best, Garden of Nature, I forget what the name of it is. So now the thing we have worried about is China's got this new secret weapon. They're supposed to have it where it's up in space and we can't detect it. It'll fly all around, it'll land in the country and just blow up. Boom! We get a space force. Right? It would seem to me, instead of William Shatner being beamed up to space by Jeff Bezos, he would take some of that $250 billion that he has and try to figure out how to stop a Chinese missile from landing in the middle of Des Moines, Iowa. Not that I want the lovely people of Des Moines to get a missile there. Yeah, I'm just asking. Does anybody realize how useless it is to go up in space for 12 minutes and come back down and not know what happened. Does that make any sense at all? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Use some of your money, Jeff. Help us out, brother. Try to find why the Chinese have all these weapons. And we can't do anything about it. Let me tell you a little story. There's a lot of things that could go wrong when you're going up in the air. It's not like you go to the moon. You're going up in the air and you're looking down. Listen, I could do that. I could go on the web and get pictures and have the same view. Right? I don't want to get it blown up. I like being on Earth. I got to be honest with you. I'm not ready to get blown up. Maybe when I'm 102 years old and can't pee standing up, then I won't mind so much. Do you know the chances you're taking for a 12-minute flight that you just look down high? Let me tell you the story. If Jeff Bezos says, would you like to go for free on this ride? The answer is helicopter no. No, no, no. You are not getting me up to space. So what do I want to do? I want you to figure out why the Chinese have a missile that we can't detect and solve that problem. Forget about sending a bunch of rich folks up in the air. $250,000 to go up for 5 minutes. Or 11 minutes, I think it is. Nah, not my style. So, all the smart guys, get in a room, try to figure out why China has a missile that we can't detect, and make a better one, or try to make sure that that missile doesn't land in Des Moines. So I'm sure my fans in Des Moines area were not going to be happy about that. Just saying. So that's just one of the things I want to bring out there. Missiles. Chinese missiles. Well, I told you I could ramble. So another thing that I want to talk about is athletics. We just had a big, big, big loss by the Boston Red Sox and a loss by the Los Angeles Dodgers. So we got the Houston Astros back in the playoffs, being accused again of cheating. I'm not saying they're cheating. I'm never going to say that. But I've heard from some of my folks, they might be doing it again. And if they are doing it again, which I have a tendency to doubt it, they would be the dumbest team in all of sports. You've been caught once. You already have an asterisk on your World Series championship. You're going to do it again? No. Let me tell you a little story. Okay? If I was playing sports right now, I wouldn't care how I won. You know, win some, lose some. Be 100% honest when playing. Heck no. I want to win. I'll do anything to win. If I get to super glue somebody's shoes to the floor on a basketball court to win, I'll do it. I don't care what it all cost. Right? But I'll tell you one thing. If you're caught as an organization cheating once, I think you pretty much don't want to do it twice. Right? Just saying. So Houston's going to play the Atlanta Braves. The former Boston Braves. The former Milwaukee Braves. Went from Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta. Do I like the Braves? Do you know Babe Ruth, his last game was playing for the Boston Braves? Just something to throw out there. Do I like the Boston Braves? I don't think so. Because they left. So if I didn't like the Boston Braves, I definitely won't like the Milwaukee Braves. And then if I don't like the Milwaukee Braves, I definitely don't like the Atlanta Braves. But do I want the Atlanta Braves to beat the Houston Astros? Because the Astros cheat? Or they cheated and allegedly are cheating now? And they beat my Boston Red Sox? It's a great question. One I'm going to spend no brain cells on. Will I watch some of the games? Yeah, absolutely, because I like baseball. Do I really care who wins? I guess I got to go with the Braves. Right? I mean, I kind of went with Houston the last time because they had all the hurricanes and stuff. And I love Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. I used to work in Texas. Someday, maybe I'd retire to Texas. I don't know. I'm thinking Idaho right now. Gotta be honest with you. Definitely thinking Idaho. That seems like my place. I don't think not that I'm against Texas, but they got a border. Big border issue. Tell you a little story. Well, I had a lot of friends who had wives that they met through the church. Trying to get them in the country. $50,000 worth of lawyers' fees to get them in. And now you can just walk right across the border. Hang out. Bring COVID. But they don't get vaccinated. Oh, no. They're putting a bus, they're putting a plane, and they're going. No vaccination. Everything is so corrupt. That's the word I was thinking yesterday. Like, what word would best describe individuals now? Corruption. Right? We have police departments. Okay? 99% of the police officers are there for the right reasons. So we let 1% take the 99% down. Less than 1/10 of 1% has been caught in illegal I think there's been 8 shootings. You would think that all these people who would defund the police, that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people are being shot. It was like 8 minorities were shot. 8. And I think 7 where a weapon was drawn and they had shot another officer. We're going to take police money away? So people could just run rampant? Ridiculous. It's corrupt. The system's corrupt. Every single person has a hand in the cookie jar. Let me tell you a story. I have no artistic skills whatsoever. In this world, I have no artistic skills. But guess what? My non-artistic skills are much better than Hunter Biden's artistic skills. I took 3-dimensional design in college. I got an A. Or was it 2D-dimensional design? It was one of those. All I know is I got an A. And I had to draw. I did all right, you know. But I did a lot better than Hunter Biden. Because if his name was Hunter Calan, and he did all that stuff, guess what? I would be selling $500,000 pieces of art. But I had to think about this. I'm not sure I'm right, but I did have to think about this. So if you buy a Hunter Biden original, okay, and it's done by the former President of the United States, son, And you know it's all the corruption that's involved. A Hunter Biden original, not a print, an original. Signed by Hunter Biden, knowing that it was spent. Somebody from China or one of those countries, or somebody who wanted to influence the president, bought it for big money. Is it going to be worth money someday? 25, 50 years from now. Is that possible? I don't know. I've thought about it. And boy, I'll tell you, I'm not sure. If you have a Hunter Biden original, right? And you know he's going to get, you know eventually somebody's going to stick him in the clink. You know it's coming. Is that painting 50 years from now going to be worth money? That is my only question. I'm not sure. It possibly could be. It possibly could be only for the fact that it's been around for all that time. I don't know. Just something to think about. That's another thing I like opinions of. Boy, I had some crazy weeks. You know? The country, we have inflation, we have hostage crisis, border crisis, rising gas prices, empty shelf, backlogged supply chains, labor shortages, rising crime, global pandemic, Chinese missiles, an agenda that's going nowhere. You wonder why when I read the paper in the morning I got a headache already. I'm always at the point of saying, heck no, I won't go. I won't go anywhere. Just saying. But what are you going to do? You can't dwell on it. You just keep moving forward. You keep pushing ahead. Don't worry about things. You know, one of the things I always like to sing is, always look on the bright side of life. Right? So what's the bright side of life right now? I can't tell you. I have no idea what the bright side of life is. But I can tell you one thing. It's there. We just have to find it. This is a corrupt system of government, but it's the best system of government. We have to take our country back. What do I mean by taking our country back? Act normal again. No offense to anybody, but people have just turned whacked. You can't do this, you can't say this, you can't. I mean, seriously? I want to leave you with this. When I was a kid, I used to watch Archie Bunker. Funny as all funny. Why was it so funny? Because everybody knew he was a moron. Everybody knew he was against everything. But we laughed together because he was a moron. We knew he was a moron. It was funny because he was a moron. That's what we need to get back to. And once this country starts remembering Archie Bunker was a moron, and we can all agree that he was a moron, then we're going to be in a much better place. I want to get back to normal, quote unquote. Thanks for listening. Don't forget, drop a few pennies to protectourveterans.org, because men and women leave the battlefield, but a lot of times the battlefield doesn't leave them. Thanks so much. And again, this is Calan Hunter. Go take a peek at my books at calanhunter.com. And buy one, buy two, buy three. I'd appreciate it. Good night, and God bless.